and I'm here to show you a little bit more about my D&D game, Coastal Adventures, and specifically uh, Tabletop Simulator. So, I did a little bit more since my last episode, if you've seen it, but not much, because we haven't played yet since then. So, coming over to here, looking in the notebook, I wrote down the stats for these two characters. We've got this little sorcerer here. He has 36 hit points and an AC of 11. He has enchanted robes, plus 1 AC, a wand of polymorph with 7 charges, and a ring of infusion of ice. Okay. The whoops. Two of those three items are right here. Actually, I should pull out enchanted robes plus 1. These robes will be specifically good for the monk in the group, and they would be good for any wizards or sorcerers that I have, which I don't have any, or anyone who's not wearing armor. They'd even be good for um, actually enchanted. We'll change it to an enchanted shirt. They'd even be good for barbarian. The shirt would even be good for a barbarian. So adds plus 1 to AC. We've got the sorcerer. This is concentration, so I gave it a ring so that it could use the infusion of ice and the wall of ice at the same time because I want it to be using both. He has Cone of Cold and Ray of Frost. He's a sorcerer. I gave him Quicken. I don't think I have it here. He has Quicken and Twinned as his two sorcerer things. So he can either twin Ray of Frost or he can quicken Ray of Frost and cast Cone of Cold, which will probably be what he does more often. He has Mirror Image, Major Image. He is basically, well, I built him around the idea of being someone with transmutation, um, illusion, and cold spells. He has a wand of polymorph, which was actually a random draw from these wands I have here. Um, and that is our good buddy. Now down here, we've got the chimera that he created. And I realized that this is a manticore manticore mini, which we get from Components RPG Kit. I don't think they had chimeras. Chimeras? I think it's chimera. No, they did. I don't know why I put the manticore down. Right now I must have walk into grid. There is a way. I actually like that better. Snapping off. Ooh, actually, both. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I want. So he'll snap to the center points, and these guys will all snap to their. These guys will all snap to center points, and he'll snap to the intersections. Cool, cool, cool. So these are the objects that they get from beating the wizard if they search him. The ring's going to be the hardest thing to find. The shirt is going to look like a regular shirt, so they may or may not find that. And the wand will be in a pocket, probably. All these things are going to get used in the combat. The Chimera. Ugh. The Chimera currently has haste on him. His hide is hasted. He's been slightly modified. That's why he has the AC of 16, by the way. He has slightly more hit points. Not much. It's within range of a normal one. And he uses a cold breath, which I lowered the damage and added a paralyze effect. I only lowered it by 2d8, but I figured that's worth it for a 1-round paralyze effect. And half damage on save, just like the fire breath was. Switch the save to a con instead of a dex, constitution instead of a dex, and everything else is basically the same. Just slight adjustments because this is the person who made him, and he doesn't use fire. So, what we've got here, and I think I went over these a little bit last time, but I might not have, is chess. Whoops. Okay, so my 3 chess. We've got encounter chess, loot chess, and magical chess. The magical chess we're going to name after Captain My Captain. That is how her name's spelled. Nope. So we're naming these Breaker. Oops. I'm naming these after the players. as you can clearly see. And the goal behind this is that I'm going to add some magical items that are specific for these players. So for instance, he's going to get some more hand crossbows. And the hand crossbow trauma is nice, but we'll switch it to a hand crossbow of cold. See how easy that is? Caden gets a hand crossbow of cold. And basically what I'm doing with this is I'm going to give them a range of things that they can get. And some of the things will replace stuff. For instance, I will for sure take Toshiaki's armor, this glamorous mithril plate, and I'll make a glamorous mithril plate +1. That'll be one of the items that he can get. Um, so that's how I'm going to do this. And then, when it comes time to get a special magical item, I will have these 5 chests in a bag. I'll shuffle it up, they'll draw 1 chest, and that person will shuffle that up and draw 1 item. Or I'll draw a chest, shuffle that up and draw 1 item. And let them draw 1 item, probably. And that will make it so that they get some different stuff. I think that's enough hand crossbows. But you get the idea. So that's what I'm going to do for that. The encounter chest. These are going to have actually, I want all these turned too. So the encounter chest is going to have general wealth in it. And I'm going to be going based on what I think they should get per encounter. And for instance, they fought 1 encounter in here. I forget whether I gave them an encounter chest or not. But they're going to fight another encounter here. And I'll probably I know I'm going to do a skill challenge up here. And in all of this, I will give them an encounter chest for each one. I think I gave them 1 for this room. I can't remember though for sure. But I'll definitely give them 1 for this, and I'll give them another 1 for that. And these will have different amounts of gold, silver, different amounts of currency. And again, it'll be also different gems. It'll be shuffled up in this bag, and they just get one per encounter. Loot chests. These are a little more interesting. So for instance, we're going to have a wand chest. That's going to get... Whoops, I didn't mean to copy all that. So we're going to have... whatever. Wand chest. We're going to have a scroll chest. We're going to have a potion chest. Poison chest. Wands, scrolls, potions, poisons. You know what? I think that's it. But essentially, we're going to have stuff like that. Eh. An actual treasure chest. This is going to have statue artwork and treasure. You know what? So, these chests are going to have all the various treasures. And sometimes they'll be specific. So for instance, I've got scroll cases up here. Well, I'm going to get the scroll chest out and let them draw a few scrolls. But the desk, I'll put all the chests in here, all these loot chests, and if they pass a certain DC on the desk, which will probably be an investigation check of 14. It looks like I spelled poison wrong. Did I spell poison wrong? Well, if I did, I spelt it wrong more than once. I don't know why it feels wrong to me. No, it's right. Okay. Um, so the desk will draw a random chest, draw a random item, and do that 2, maybe 3 times, and you'll get some random stuff from the room in general, if they pass based on how many failures they get. Yeah, I'll do a skill challenge in the room based on what they get. If they pass it all with no failures, I'll be giving them 2 magical chests, and I'll knock off 1 magical chest for each failure. So 3 failures means you don't get any of the treasure. And they'll get 5 loot chests. So they'll draw a loot chest, draw a random thing. 5 times, rinse and repeat, and then they can split that stuff. And that can come with a lot of different things. Um, I've got crates of fabrics, barrels of dyes. I threw some stuff in here. Crocodile steak, cold stone. Um, these are food carts, and I threw food into each one and a cold stone into each one. Cold stones are worth a lot more than the food. We hold control and then press tap on each one. We're going to change the name of these stacks of crates. Okay, these are crates of small goods, so it's going to have things like rope, knives, anything that's cheap in the PHB, these crates have. And you can they can loot whatever they want there. Up here, I was going to do the same. I was going to put actual things in there, but that feels like a little bit too much work. We'll go through and do this again. And I thought there was a button where I could select one and it would select all the copies, but I can't find it. And we're going to go to custom, change it to generic. Oh, dang it. Coming out. That's too annoying. I don't care. They can get their random small goods. So, let us look at what these guys want. Caden for sure wants his little hand crossbows. He also is going to have a couple of healing potions. That's all stuff that that guy has. So, let's see. We're going to want... Okay, we want it to be white. Oops. We're going to throw some potions in here. Actually, nope. We're going to I need to go and get my potion list. 1 second. This is my DM screen for when I play in person. And this is the outside. It's actually pretty cool. I give a lot of the information for my player characters. And on the inside, I have a list of potions and other stuff for purchases and things like that. So, if I put it right over here, I have that for me. And it has most of the standard ones. So, I don't have any of the poisons on here, mainly because when I made it, my players weren't really using poisons. And I have made some adjustments to some of the costs for the gemstones. But the potions are all the same. I honestly forget whether... I know that this potion is based off of the climb potion. Oh, that was my bad. But I forget what the bonus is. I think it's a +5, but it might be a +2. TRP. Potion of... Potion of climbing. Oh, gives advantage. Whoops. Yeah, I thought that was going to be the case. Now, I realize that that seems like it's a little bit too generic, and it might be. Um, Actually, they have this listed here too. I should just leave this page open since I'm doing the potions. Boom. What is this? Those all always fall back into their infinity bags, so I never have to worry about placing it in the right bag. We're going to go through all the giant strength potions right now. Oh, that was an accident. Um, do, 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 do. Yeah. There we go. So, fire becomes 25. Basically, based on the rareness, I'm changing how many they have. Naturally, oh, actually, I have a description for holy water because I gave him holy water. Did I? Yeah, I just accidentally. So, not only do you have more chances to draw these common potions, but you also have um, not only do you have more chances to draw it, but you also have more chances to get more of them. So, oh, this sounds a lot better than I expected. So your chances of getting 5 Storm Giant Strength from 5 draws is going to be extremely low, whereas your chances of getting 5 Hill Giant Strength, eh. Right now it's 1 in 39. It obviously won't stay that good because we were adding a decent bit more. The reason I'm moving down here is so that I can have more room to type. These are all the basic things in the DMG. Well, most of them are anyway. Do, 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 do. Resistance is always fun. I do little themes at certain times, so my players, if they do things right, can know what they're getting into. Like this one has a theme of cold. So this is actually going to make picking potions a lot more fun. Um, I could honestly stop right here. This is actually called the Potion of Fire Breath, but again, I like to use lots of different damage types. Target within 30 feet, 4d6 damage. Boom. See, that could even become a thing that a player starts doing all the time. They can buy these potions too. How did I skip down to water breathing at some point? I did do water breathing, didn't I? I did. So, I did resistance. I accidentally skipped a couple. Oh, because I had that one twice. That's weird. You know what? I'm going to take all the oils out. Whoops. Yeah, most... See, I don't really have a good item for alchemist stuff. That's an issue. Or could become an issue. For now, I'm just going to use potions as well. So, dust. Unfortunately, I do not have all of this stuff memorized yet, but we are going to do all of the dust. You know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to just do 7's the small amount. Actually, we'll knock it up to 8. Just make it always roll a 4. Alright. Turns a cube. Yeah, 15. Um, Actually, the total on that's huge. What is that? 15 times 15 times 15. 3,375. Yeah. That's quite a bit of water. That's volume, obviously, but it's basically saying it can fill a 15-foot by 15-foot box that's 15 feet high. It can easily absorb an entire room's worth of water. The dust of dryness is really interesting. Okay, so that's dust of dryness. Very cool for a nautical campaign. Especially if I start doing making water uh, go into the ship for various reasons. So dust of dryness. Let's continue down to dust of sneezing and choking. What are the rules on suffocating? I don't have them offhand. Huh. Apparently, it's not something that I've really used often. Nor is this dust. Um, so I don't know how long someone can suffocate before they die. I imagine that's in underwater. I do have underwater stuff here. Where is the underwater combat? No, it's somewhere. Disarming, shoving, grappling, underwater. I don't have the suffocating part of the underwater combat there. What this means is, if someone does draw that, I'm going to have to look up the rules on suffocating. We've got another dust. We've got dust of disappearance. Unfortunately, it's not on my list, so we're just going to have to throw it in with an invisibility potion. think that's actually better than an invisibility potion, but that's fine. Alchemist Fire. Oops. Is that really all Alchemist Fire does for damage? 1d6? Or did I just make it weak for theirs? Ooh. I'm gonna have to add that into it too. Well, we're knocking Alchemist Fire down to being a little bit more common than that. I think originally it was supposed to be 2d6. But they don't actually have Alchemist Fire. Well, we are doing that, but I don't really feel like filling out all of that one's information. It's a little bit long. I realize that this is a lot of prep, because a lot of times I could just go through, roll a die, select what I want, and then roll another die. Um, change the chances and whatnot. But I I think this is going to make the gameplay itself a lot easier. And that's why I'm going through and doing every little thing. And I have added a couple items, like this one is one that I've added. Like this. This is one that I added. Now, obviously, that oil of armor piercing, extremely nice for um, extremely nice for half orcs or barbarians. I mean, I'm not. I'm sorry. What's that fighter? The champion fighters. You increase your crit range by 3 on a champion fighter. Uh, that whole fight, you're just going to be critting constantly. Oh, this is nice. An interesting thing about oil of sharpness is they say you can use it 5 times. And again, I added in some extra steps. So for instance, oil of sharpness 1. Oops. I didn't mean to make it. Oil of sharpness 2. And then this is what the book actually has in it, is Oil of Sharpness 3. And that's where it has the 5 charges. So we'll double it up as well. Did I? Oh well. Well. We're going to actually give that a better bonus. And then we go through and add that to all of these. Because I don't want to see that would actually be a pretty powerful thing. I mean, this lasts for an entire day, basically. And it gives you +2 armor. That's not bad at all. If you draw out 12 of those, yeah, I could totally see just applying it all the time. Now we get into another potion of healing. I think I shuffled all these. Well, I know I shuffled them. Does healing skip like that? Yeah, I guess it does. Cool. Those would be some nice healing potions to get. Um, please say that this is an easy one to describe. Invulnerability. Oh. That is an easy one to describe. See, now once I have these things, I'm going to do something like shuffle that. All I did was press R to shuffle, by the way. And pull one out. And then this is a potion that I give to someone to use. Now, unfortunately, because it's only one, they're going to use it. Or maybe they won't. But if there's someone who could use it, they would use it. This sorcery wouldn't use that potion of Hill Giant Strength. But if he drew out... too many potions of strength. Seriously, though. If he drew out these, he might use one of them to move quietly with his stealth check to improve his stealth while he sneaks up to cast a spell on these guys. Something like that. But it'll give me the ability to give more powers to the enemies without having to actually think about it. I'll just draw something out and and that can really change a lot of these. Not only can it change a lot of these combats, but it can also change a lot of what my players get too. Interesting. Now this is technically less common, probably because no one really wants to make reduce as much as they want to make enlarge. So there's just fewer on the market, but since it's the exact same spell and effect, I'm just going to make it just as much. In fact, it should be easier to make. Time to go and find another thing for alchemy. Basically, anything that's not called a straight up potion, I'm throwing in with the alchemy. Elixir of health. Well, this says it's a potion. Yeah, we'll say it's a potion. Ah, well. See, there's a lot of things like this ever smoking bottle. I could see that as being under alchemy. So there's things that I might add to this chest in the future. One thing that I do in my game is I don't actually I don't make it take a full action to drink a potion. I make it take a bonus action. So them gaining these potions could be very, very nice for them. How are we getting to a lot of them? Potion of heroism. Why are you on the next page? Bless as a spell has changed just a little bit with the new edition, I think. can never remember. Yeah, it's definitely changed. And see, that seems really strong. Is it all or the next? It's all. Okay. Whenever the target. That's real nice. I'd rather get that potion of heroism than most of the others, honestly. The 10 hit points is okay. The 1d4 is nice because you can use that with spell attacks and with ranged attacks. Whereas the strength bonus you can't really use with either of those. So, I don't know why I spelled that with the extra O. I did that in here too. And there I put in an F. What is the clairvoyance spell in this edition? That will keep me from having to look it up again. So long as we play here. Oh joy. Now I get why Potion of Flying's very rare, but Potion of Invisibility's only a second level spell. I don't like it being very rare. It is no longer very rare. It is now just rare. The Dust of Disappearance is better. For an elf, that's useless. For a human, that's really nice. Then it says there's a 10% cumulative chance that you instead age by that many years. I don't want to do that, but instead there's a 10% chance that you straight up die if you're human. Yeah, I kind of like that. Might come out to 60 years aged up. You can survive that. Maybe. But you need a lot more than one potion to make it worth the risk. And most people drinking it are probably going to be towards that end already. Or they'll be elves. It's not very long. "92 potions." So that's generally how it works. And 55 alchemist things. We're going to put both of these into the loot bag. 13 wands. Is that all the wands that they came up with? I know I'm going to make more. 1, 2. Well, I didn't go with those. Those are more of a weapon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, they have a lot more wands. I need to go through and make more wands. Scrolls, art, book, treasure chests. Alright, I'm going to end the video for now. Actually, I'm going to go on Twitch, see if anyone's watching. If anyone's watching, I'll keep the video going. And I'll just go through and make all that other fun stuff. I need to do a lot of scrolls.
What up, dudes? Swords of Ditto, hell yeah. Yes, I do.
I did not mean to do that. It just came up with a featured broadcaster as soon as it loaded up. Um, I'm going to my channel to see if anyone's watching. And no one's watching. So, we're actually going to turn that off for now. Thanks anyone who did watch. Bye.